Hi students, in this video lecture I am going to explain you different types of program using for loops. First of all, we have to input a number and up to that number we have to find the sum of the series. See here, first series 1 plus 2 plus 3 plus 4 plus and so on up to n terms you have to find. Sum of first n natural numbers you can also say. So, small segment I had made, package I have imported to use scanner class name loops, public static void main string arguments, starting the function. Scanner class object is created with the name scan. Now, you can give the message enter a number. It is not compulsory, just I am writing enter a number and take one variable int n equal to scan dot next int, single function next int to input the n value. Suppose n is 4, then we have to find sum up to here. If n is 5, then 1 plus 2 plus 3 plus 4 plus 5, depends on the value of n. Now, we have to find the sum. For this we need some variables, like loop variable I have taken I, and for sum I have taken one variable s equal to 0. Making the loop for I equal to 1, I is less than equal to n, I plus plus, and here I am just writing s equal to s plus I. Close the loop, and after the loop system out dot print or println print sum of the series, sum is plus I, and close the function and close the class. Now, try to understand the working of this program. Suppose value of n which we have inputted, suppose n is 5. Two variables we have declared, s equal to 0, I is from 1 to I is less than equal to 5, I plus plus, if n is 5. So, try to understand the working of this statement. S is initially 0, so I am explaining the working here. S equal to 0 plus 1, in the beginning it is 1, 0 plus 1 equal to 1. Second time I will become 2, so S was 1. So, 1 plus 2 is 3, 1 plus 2 equal to 3. Third time I will also become 3, and 3 will be added in the previous value of S, and previous value of S is 3. So, S equal to 3 plus 3, 6. Next time I will become 4, 4 will be added in 6, it will become 10. When you add 4, it will become 10. Next time when I will become 5, 5 will be added in 10, it will become 15. Next time I will become 6, condition is false, 6 is not less than equal to 5. Control will come out of the loop and the final value of S will be printed. So, output will be sum is 15, which is the sum of first 5 natural numbers. In this way you can put any value of n and you can get the sum of that series up to n. Now, suppose you have to find the product, if in place of plus, if it is multiply sign. Two changes you have to do, make here. First, in place of plus you have to write multiply sign, but here s is 0. So, when you 0 multiply by 1, 0 multiply by 1 it will become 0, second time 0 multiply 2 it will become 0. So, your s will always remain 0. So, in place of 0 take 1. So, now 1 into 1, 1, second time 1 into 2, 2, 2 into 3, 6, 6 into 4, 24, and 24 into 5, 120. So, finally, here in place of I you have to print S. In the previous program you have to use S, not I, S I have printed. Same way in this program also print here product is S. So final product up to first 5 natural number will be 120, which is also called factorial. Generally we write if factorial of 5, this is the exclamation factorial of 5, this is a symbol of factorial, generally we use in maths. So you can write 5 into 4 into 3 into 2 into 1. If it is factorial of 4, it will be 4 into 3 into 2 into 1. So it depends on the value of n, whose factorial you would like to find out. You can also make the loop reverse. How will you make the loop reverse? I equal to n, in place of 1 you have to write n, I is greater than equal to 1, I minus minus. You can also make the loop reverse. Let us continue with the next program. One upon 2 plus 2 upon 3 plus 3 upon 4 plus 4 upon 5 plus and so on. If you have to find the sum of this series, then how will you make this program? Here final sum will be in decimal points. So you have to declare variable sum, maybe s or any other variable with either float or double. Float s equal to 0, and here you have to write s equal to s plus I divide by within bracket I plus 1, and here finally after the loop you can write sum is s. See here, I is 1, 1 upon with the value of bracket is 1 plus 1, 2. Next time I will become 2, 2 plus 1, it will become 3. So 2 upon 3. But when you see the final result, it will be 0, 0.0. So because I divided by I plus 1, both are integers. So 1 upon 2, when you divide, you will not get 0.5, you will get only 0. So typecasting is required here. Write float in the bracket, it is explicit typecasting. Now you will get the exact result, depends on the value of n. Whatever you input, you will get that series. Let us continue with the next program, next series program. One upon 3 plus 2 upon 5 plus 3 upon 7 plus 4 upon 9 and so on. Numerator is 1, 2, 3, 4, but denominators are 3, 5, 7, there is a constant difference of 2. So as a numerator you can use the variable of I, and what you have to do for the denominator, do not make it I plus 2, it will be wrong. 1 upon 3 first term you will get, but you can't get second term 2 upon 2 plus 2, it will get 4, 2 upon 4, which will be wrong. So here you can write within bracket 2 into I plus 1. If I is 1, 2 1 ja 2 plus 1 3, it will become 1 upon 3. Second time when I will become 2, 2 upon 2 into 2 4 plus 1 5, so 2 upon 5. Third time I will become 3, 3 upon 2 into 3 6 plus 1 7, so 3 upon 7. In such a way you can get all the terms of the series. This is one way. One more method you can use. Second is, instead of writing the formula 2i plus 1, you can take one more extra variable like d equal to 3. D I have taken for the denominator and initialize with 3. First denominator is 3 and first value of I is 1. So 1 upon 3 first term you will get here. But for second term within the loop you have to write d equal to d plus 2. So 3 plus 2, 5, second time I will become 2 and d will become 5, 2 upon 5, 5 plus 2, 7, I will become 3, 3 upon 7 and so on. In this way you can also get the sum of the series. So this is the second method. So there are many ways you can do the program. Now one more series. One upon 3 plus 3 upon 7 plus 5 upon 11 plus 7 upon 15. See here, numerator there is a constant difference of 2, but here constant difference of 4. 3 plus 4, 7 plus 4, 11 plus 4, 15. So in this case just you write 4. So denominator you will get, there is a constant difference of 4. First is 3, then plus 4, 7, then 11, then 15. But how will you get numerator? One more thing, you can write I plus equal to 2 instead of I plus plus. Instead of this I plus plus, you can write I equal to I plus 2 or I plus equal to 2. So you can get 1 upon 3, then 3 upon 7, then 5 upon 11 you will get. But what will happen in this case? If the value of n is suppose 5, if the value of n is 5, you will get only 3 terms. But what I want if n is 5, I want 5 terms, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 terms, one more terms, 9 upon 19. But in this case, why it will be 3? Because loop will execute 3 times only. If you increase the value of I by 2 here, loop will execute 3 times, 1, 3 and 5. When it will become 7, loop will be terminated in case of 5. So for this also, you take one more variable for the numerator like k equal to 1. So instead of writing I equal to I plus 2, remain I plus 1, I plus plus, and instead of I here, write k, and within the loop increase the value of k by 2. So k upon d, it means k is 1, d is 3, so 1 upon 3. Now d will be increased by 4 and k will be increased by 2. If n is 5, so loop will execute 5 times. 5 times till 5 is less than equal to 5, when I will become 6, then it will come. So 5 times this instruction will be executed and you will get 5 terms. That's all. Thank you.